Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're so excited to have Jay.Alexander share with us some really great, exciting information about Chat GPT and how that works. So I'm going to share the screen and let Jay take it away.
There we go.
All right.
All right, guys. So I know it's kind of blurry up here, so sorry, but I'll read it to you. We can keep up with it. So if you're not familiar with Chat GPT, all you have to do is Google Chat GPT, log in. You can set up a username. I log in through my Google account. Really, really simple. And this is what it looks like once you've already logged in. Okay. It's AI. The idea behind AI is the computer's trying to figure out the best probability for the next best word in whatever it's generating. Okay, so it can produce sentences and do all kinds of things. So let's start off with something real simple here to give you an idea of what it can do. And then we'll talk about how I've used it in my business and how I think you can use it in your business. If nothing else, I think it helps really build some efficiencies. If you have kids in high school or middle school, they're going to quickly see, oh, wow, this is pretty phenomenal. I can get A's and not have to do anything. I can just have it do my homework for me and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, let's go. Oh, is it displaying that? Okay. Is that it?
I hope so.
And if I hit F11, it should make that screen full. So it feels a little bit better. Learn something new every day. All right. So, so you can start off, what's something basic we could ask AI? You could say,
I want a listing for a house.
Yeah.
you know, we'll start with, okay, let's go straight into real estate. So let's say you've got a listing 123 Oak Street, and let's say it's a 3-bed, 2-bath brick ranch. Okay. But what I always recommend agents do is, I mean, you probably do this anyway. You walk through the house and you point out like one thing, or you have like one feature you think, wow, this is really cool. Like this is the feature that I think will sell the house, right? So what you can do with Chat GPT, so what you can tell, so let's say you're getting ready to list this 3-bed, 2-bath brick ranch, right? And let's say it has a renovated kitchen, and you think that renovated kitchen is what's going to sell the house, right? So you can say, write an MLS description for a 3-bed, 2-bath brick ranch. Emphasize the newly renovated kitchen with beautiful granite countertops. Fair enough?
Do you have to say a location or?
No. So you submit it, let it think for a minute, and then bam, it starts writing it. Welcome to this stunning 3-bedroom, 2-bath brick ranch that has undergone a magnificent transformation, placing it in a league of its own. Nestled in a desirable location, this home exudes charm and elegance while its newly renovated kitchen steals the spotlight with its exquisite granite countertops and contemporary finishes. And it just writing and writing and writing. So it's a good prompt. It starts, and now you didn't have to sit up and think about this and try to write it, right? Now it's, Chat GPT likes to write, right? Okay, so it's still going.
How do you
All right.
stop it?
All right, well, you can go down here and you can click stop generating,
Okay.
or you can let it do its thing. Okay, it finally quit. All right, so you can read this and pick out the highlights that you like, or you can say, and I like to talk to it like it's a person, because it helps me be a little bit more creative with my prompts, because it really becomes a game of how can you prompt the system to get the results you want. But for MLS, I don't know what it is. Do y'all know what's the maximum characters you can put in an MLS description? 2,700. Thanks. Please reduce to 2,000. All right. Please reduce to 1,000 characters. And then it'll try again, but this time now you've given it the limiting factor if it can only use 1,000 characters. All right.
The more specific you are, the better.
Absolutely. So obviously that's a much shorter description. Now you can read it and say, okay, welcome to the stunning 3-bed, 2-bath ranch. Recently renovated. The highlight is the exquisite granite tops in the kitchen. Open floor plan, inviting living space and temporary finishes. So, and obviously it didn't make a complete sentence right there, right? So it's not perfect. It does struggle. Don't miss opportunity to own this beautifully renovated home with a captivating kitchen boasting granite countertops. All right. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll take it and I'll say, okay, I'll say mention the kitchen first, then comment on
So you can keep
the
tweaking it,
flat backyard.
and you don't have to start over from the beginning.
And you just you're having a conversation, chat GPT, right? You have a conversation with the computer and it'll continue generating until you get something you like or something close enough that you can copy paste, change a few words around, and now your description's listed, been written for you, and you're not struggling trying to come up with one more word for, pretty grass or whatever it is that you're trying to market for the property. All right.
You can use this for a bio on your website.
Yeah, so then the key then is so does anybody remember a few months ago, I posted a poem about renting?
Oh, yeah.
You shared it?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Mhm.
So I can start a new chat right here. And I can say,
Did you have to back up?
write a poem about the plights of renting.
I think if there was anything that was gonna make me quit real estate is having to write those descriptions.
Yes.
And now,
But
but see, so all I did is I typed in write a poem about the plights of renting, and here we go. In the realm of transient dwellings where dreams unfold resides a tale of renters with stories untold. Oh, the plights of renting, a burdensome weight where hopes are entangled, a precarious state. And it just writes this awesome little poem. All right. It's still writing a poem. All right, I'll tell it to stop. I've had it. So if you want to come up,
Does it save? Like, can you
these
go
are
back to
all
that
my
list?
chats over here. See that?
Oh, okay.
So like I had it write, like right here. I had it create a, oh no, that wasn't that. But like for my short-term rental business for STRs and stuff like that, I had it write an Airbnb description. And I said, be sure to use keywords people look for when going on vacation. So it made sure to throw in, beach and pool and
So you
sauna
didn't
and stuff
even
like
tell
that.
The keywords, it knew those.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now I can feed it keywords if I want.
But you could say.
You can have it again, if you need help marketing. So we'll do something basic and then I'll take it what I think is a little bit more advanced. So let's start a new chat here. So I'm not gumming up. And again, you can type in whatever in these chats and it'll still do it, but the system is supposed to learn as you type into it. So the more you go back to old chats and keep, rehashing it, the better the system will get and it will get quicker at responding. So you could say something like, create a Facebook post about why a buyer should buy now instead of waiting. And it'll think about it. And it'll create a Facebook post.
Sometimes I love it because I'm on the lot.
Mhm.
And it thanks for a long time, I'm like, gotcha. Stuff you and finally it pops up.
So who's used it? You've used it.
Mm.
Anybody else? I only used it one day when you were showing it to me
Mhm.
and I didn't go back.
So now this is obviously way too long of a Facebook post because again, it likes to talk. So I can stop and I can tell it because we know now we can tell it to shorten it or whatever. But something else I like doing is you can have like some people are like, oh, I don't know. You can say, Give me an outline for a TikTok video about real estate. Now, obviously that's really broad, so we'll see what it comes up with.
And I assume what this thing did is it basically like an encyclopedia scanned the entire internet universe. And
Yes.
saw somebody else that wrote something about that, and it's basically duplicating.
How many MLS property descriptions are online on the internet right now?
And I.
We know
figure out
about
what
you.
kind, and then I
You're
go
dirty
and I-
agent.
Oh, yeah. Little, you know,
Sorry, I'll do that.
yeah, before it is, but that's something after.
You remember Jennifer, Dave's team?
Oh, no.
But she handled all the listings. So she used to always write, like bright open kitchen, fireside family room. So my brain is
It's always.
copied to everything she used to write. So like I've been doing it for years.
So
Jennifer Mosley.
it really is as slick as you can prompt it. And it's like something I like to do is, because again, it can create for some fun content on Facebook or whatever, is I can be like, explain a mortgage like a pirate.
But the other thing you
Is that
can
when
do
you
too,
send us
Jay,
that pirate's email?
Yes.
I'm impressed with your spelling. Oh, how did he do that?
Jay, isn't this too, like, say someone asks me a question. I can take the question and say, give me a response for this question and put it in there, and it comes up with some politically correct, knowledgeable answer, right?
So I used it to help. I had a guest at one of my Airbnbs just take me to the cleaners on something that was ridiculous. And she was like, the photos don't match the property and it's false advertising and blah, it's the photos of the condo. Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
So I copied her review and pasted it in here. And I said, write a response to this review in a professional manner. And I read it and I was like, sounds good. Copied it, put that as my reply on Airbnb and move. And I didn't have to sit there and think and relive why this lady pissed me off talking about how ugly my condo was or whatever. So Chat GPT, they pretty much shut off the database when it started running through the internet in about 2019. So it doesn't have like a lot to say about COVID. Now they've tried to update some things and stuff like that. So the other problem with it is it's not salesy. And what I mean by that is I was talking with a guy that's trying to use it as like a robot to respond to people. Like if people text through like a lead system, it'll just generate responses and talk to the person. The problem is if someone says like, so if someone came to you and like, hey, I really need a house in the Harrison High School subdivision, but I can't spend more than $200,000. Can you help me? We all know that there's probably not anything for sale in that area for $200,000, but you're not going to say that to the client, right? You're going to say, well, what are you looking for? Why is that your budget? There's other good high schools where you're going to try to tiptoe around that to sell them, right? Well, if I put that in Chat GPT, it's going to look at the internet and say, sorry, there are no $200,000 houses for sale. And it's not a sales, it's still a machine, right? It's still a computer. And so it does have its limitations. It has its issues, but it is a really, really cool tool. I'll use it a lot to help me respond to emails to people. If there's an email I really need to think about and try to figure out, instead of me spending all that time to type up that email, I'll have it generate the email, tweak a few things and send it. So there's definitely opportunity to save time, definitely opportunity to and it's all about how creative you can be with your prompts, right? And but the creativity becomes prompting the machine instead of coming up with all the creativity on your own.
But you could take your listing description and say, hey, improve this description.
Yes.
And it will take it and then throw in, trigger words that are, like if you were to rate a paragraph on how well it's trigger words.
Well, my rate update email, almost every time I run that through Chat GPT and I say, make this better. Oh, and you can also say, add HTML tags. It's really good at like coding. So if you're, trying to put a post on your website or something like that, it needs to have HTML. Well, it'll go through and add HTML tags that you could directly cut and paste into like a web
hashtags.
You can do that. You can do, I've had it, like if I can't figure out the formula I need in Microsoft Excel, I'll say, hey, I need a formula that will find this and generate that. And I'll be like, oh, you just need to use this formula and here's the form. And it'll, because it knows it's a computer. It knows computers and computer language. Some
High
of the
school English teachers are spinning in their graves right now.
We were talking, that's what.
there's
Jay,
yeah, sorry.
there's another program that I've seen called Jason that is a competitor for Chat GPT. Are you familiar with that one?
There's a lot of them out there that are hitting the market. When I read up on it a few months ago, the computer power behind Chat GPT is like 100 times more than the next highest AI behind it. And it's kind of like when Google took over the search market because they just had way more servers than the whole internet. You know, that's kind of what they're trying to be. Inevitably, there'll be competitors. Clearly, somebody will win. But it's, like I said, I think it's a really cool tool. I think it's a tool that anybody in any business can use. Companies have already said they expect to hire less programmers because of Chat GPT, because one programmer can tell it what to do.
A fee to get it.
It's free. Yeah. I think you get like for $17 a month, you can get like priority access to it.
It's free?
Yeah.
What?
We're all about giving you tools, right? You can pay me $5 a month and I'll just take it
Is
from you.
it just an app or is it something that we can get?
Online.
It's
Okay.
It's online. There's apps, there's programmers that are figuring out how to make it tie in with other software. And guys, I apologize. I do have to run today because I've got to go jump into that training, but hopefully that was helpful. Learn something, go sell some stuff.
Awesome.
So what could we use this for, guys? Listing description?
Yes, definitely.
When somebody gives you a text and you want to respond before, you fly off the handle and say something, you can, ask it to give you a more professional answer. Like I'm horrible when it comes to grammar.
So such great information on Chat GPT and how to use it. There are a myriad of ways to use it in your real estate business. The discussion here was make sure to not just completely copy and paste, but read it, tweak it, add some of your own flavor to it, and make sure to read what it is before you post it, and hopefully use this to enhance your real estate business to help others with their real estate needs. Thank you all so much for watching. Dana Sparks, broker of Maximum One Greater Atlanta Realtors, satisfying your needs with service, innovation, and education. Bye. If you like that video, check out the one here. If you like the content on this entire channel, please click here to subscribe. I try to take even the most complicated of real estate situations and make them crystal clear. See what I did there? Real estate made crystal clear. Thank you guys so much for watching.